Hey guys, so we got a request on our Facebook to make a troubleshooting video for an 8100. So since you sent it out to us on our social media page, we're front loading it and we're going to knock it out today right here for you. Alright, so we got a call from the customer saying that there is communication issues. So first thing we're going to do is obviously test the ATM machine to see if there actually is a communication issue with the unit. So just do a bad pin, balance, yes, checking. Alright, we're authorizing. Okay, so I already know that this is going to fail out because it's taking too long. So we'll just wait for this to error out because we don't want to do our next step until the machine's done erroring out so we don't mess anything up. Again, please remember to use our social media pages to get a hold of us for any ideas. We do want to give you guys full tech support, but we can't have the phones on all the time, so we're going to make these videos for you. Alright, anyway. So error code D2500, cannot connect to the host. Communication code. Okay, so we know there's definitely an issue. The customer wasn't lying. So, next thing we're going to do, turn off the ATM for right now. Okay? Now we'll go into our safe or wherever you keep your wireless box. We have ours set up here on the table. Right. So as you can see, the status light is blinking green, so I know there's no internal issues. I come over here, I see the cell on light is solid, so I know it's connecting to the network, and I know it also has good signal strength. Now when the cell on light blinks for long periods of time, that could just mean it's downloading something, but when it's ready to go, it'll stay solid for about 5 seconds straight, and then you'll know you're good to go. However, I do see something off on this. The yellow lights by the Ethernet port isn't on. So that's going to tell me that there's possibly an issue with either my modem board or the Cat 5 line, or it could just not be plugged in. So let's check that out on the Gen Mega here. Alright, look, so it wasn't plugged in. So now we're just going to plug it in, make sure it's secure. We're going to turn on the ATM again. This light came on green, showing that there is a network connection. Now if you come back over here to our wireless box, the orange light is now on by the Cat 5. That's not saying there's any data going back and forth. That's just saying there's now a connection. It sees something connected to it. So now we're just going to let the ATM power back up. A few other things for this. That's basically that's what we get most of our phone calls about. Is if that yellow light's not on, that usually means there's an issue with the Cat 5 or modem board. As you can see, as the machine's powering up, there's a little green light over here that keeps blinking. That's because data is going back and forth. So that's what's happening right now in the box. So this might correct the issue. So we're going to wait and see here. The machine's just about up. CD is initializing. Alright, so now we got our welcome screen. Let's try another bad pin. Now if you see down here, the cell on light is now blinking rapidly, and we got a bad pin. So that fixed that issue. There are a few other kinds of issues. If this is a new install, I'm not going out there to fix something. What we do get a lot of phone calls about is that guys will have the ATM powered on before they have the box powered on. So now we're going to go through what happens and what that looks like so you're aware of it next time. Alright, so we're going to unplug this, and we're going to reboot the ATM again. Sorry for the time it takes for the reboot, but this is the best way we think to show you. If you guys have any ideas, please let us know. We want to front load everything you guys think you need immediately, and then we'll do our ideas towards the end or when we have time to fit it in. And who knows, we may have the same ideas. So again, please tweet us, message us, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube. We do have special offers right now. The previous video has a special offer at the end, so make sure to go back and watch that. Just wait for this to load here. Just so everybody is aware, we do activate and test all units that leave our shop. We do them on this machine along with a few other machines we have here in the shop before we even send them out to you guys. So we do know that they're working. That's why 99% of the time these are just plug and play. Okay, so look, the ATM is now on. Now I think my next step would be to plug in the wireless box. Alright, so you guys know what it looks like to boot up. The status light goes orange. Then it should start blinking green. And then the box will start powering up. Some of our customers at this point on the phone, they'll try a transaction. It's not going to work. So just to explain to you why this is powering up. How these boxes work, especially if you're not using a static IP for your terminal IP address, is that these will have to assign your ATM an IP address. If you have your ATM on before the box is on, the ATM now does not have an IP address, so it's not going to be able to communicate between the box and the ATM. So just give it a minute or two here. So here comes the signal lights. Again, it's still not going to work. And cell on is now solid. I'm going to try a transaction here, and it's going to fail out. So see the time it's taking here. Still going, still going. So I already know it's going to fail out. So this is another thing we get a lot of phone calls about. So if it is a new install, as soon as you get the bolts in the ground or how you're securing it, go ahead and set up your wireless box before you turn on the ATM, and then just wait for the wireless box to come completely up before you turn on the ATM. It's a really easy fix. Unfortunately, a lot of guys at this point will have already hit the hard reset on the box, which is something you don't want to do unless you're on the phone with us so we can send it new configuration. Alright, so can't communicate. So here's how you fix this issue. Very simple. Again, just reboot the ATM. And when this comes back up, now the box is fully up. It'll be able to supply the ATM with its own IP address, so now it's going to be able to communicate. So just wait for this to load again. Also, I mean, there's a lot of simple stuff that we should check too. We'll go over that next. Power cord, make sure your antenna's on main, all this other stuff. So we'll go over that here in a second. Just want to show you that this is the fix to this issue. So for new installs, turn the box on before you turn the ATM on. And again, just let the box come up before you turn the ATM on, because if you plug it, if you have the box on, then you turn on the ATM right away, the box might not fully be up. The best way to do it is just to wait for that cell on light to go solid, count 5 Mississippi, you're good to go. So CD is initializing. Alright, so now let's try to get a bad pin or DA001. Now it's authorizing and invalid pin. So that's the fix to that one. If it's a new install or you're replacing another company's box with our boxes, turn off your ATM, let the box come fully up before you do anything. Now if you guys want to come over here real quick, we're going to go over the basic plugs and everything else for you. Alright, so on the back here, the power cord, we do get a lot of phone calls that these will be loose. So let me take it out of here. We get a lot of phone calls that guys will just plug it in and then they'll try to pick it up. Oh, I actually locked it that time. But they'll try to pick it up and it comes straight out. You shouldn't be able to pull it out. There's actually holes for the teeth on the power cord. So that's the first thing you want to make sure is that it's locked in there, because this will keep rebooting and then you'll start with the problem that we just fixed. Alright, then you have your auxiliary and main. Make sure your antenna's on the main. Really easy, really simple. It says main, put it on the main one. And that's it. Run your antenna. We usually tell our customers try to put it on top of the ATM. If you're in one of the bad areas that they'll mess with your stuff. Right inside by the receipt printer works also. Again, let us know if you have any more ideas. I think this basically covers all the 8100. If your box still isn't working after you tried all these steps, call us and we'll move on to the next steps, which could be a reboot or something as easy as, you know, your unit didn't take the software, so we'll just re-download the software and it'll probably work. So give us a call and keep watching us on Facebook and YouTube, and I hope this helped. We're looking forward to your ideas for the next videos. Thank you.